I mean, what was it like to try and play those, knowing that one nothing game, that's a pretty key point?
Yeah, I mean, when you get those shots on the point, I felt like that's what they were looking for. It's so important to like get a good rebound into the corner or just away from the middle of the net, because obviously they were trying to pack it in and they're pretty strong in front, so they were really just trying to just bang one home off a rebound or something. And their first real shot, it always happened and it could have been a completely different game. So grateful for the defense on that one, but yeah, I'd say just trying to be mindful of my rebounds is the biggest thing on those kinds of situations, and then just kind of compete if it doesn't work out. So it can be a little ugly, but if it stays out of the net, it doesn't matter what it looks like.
Is there anything specific you sort of think or do to like not get caught up in that chaos and be able to keep your head?
I mean, probably not in the moment. It's kind of just like, okay, where's the puck? You stop the puck. But like after the rush or before, like they're entering the zone, it's more of just a confidence thing, like just trying to keep yourself calm and just in the game. Honestly, I have a couple of things that I say out loud, like to myself, just to like keep repeating the same thing over and over again, and just so it keeps you in the game, your mind doesn't wander. But not too much. I kind of do the same little routines. You probably noticed them. So just kind of gives you something to do, so you're locked in the game when it's not in your zone.
Laney, did you come in here today thinking maybe I got 2 goals in me? Or is that a little bit of a surprise?
Honestly, I do the same routine every game, so I don't know, I try to just put it all out there, and it worked out today, I guess. So
That first goal, what are you thinking as that play is developing? I mean, the move to take that pass in the backhand and move to the front end and pick the spot, and you just kind of take us through seeing Kelly get that and how it developed.
yeah, I mean, it was a great pass by Kelly. All I really had to do was finish it, but noticing that I have forwards back going up into the play, that's kind of what we work on as D, so I think just kind of managing throughout the game. Obviously, we wanted to score there, but later in the game, like obviously defense first, so yeah.
You knew that maybe this is both of you, but you knew that the competition level was going up again in the conference play. What did you have to raise out of yourself to match that, or to be kind of aware of that this was going to be more of a test than you had in the first 2 weeks?
I'd say for us, just coming into this weekend, it was really important to kind of reset from what you thought happened last year. Obviously, we had a couple really tight games with Minnesota-Duluth, but we were able to pull through with the win on all or 3 of the 4 games. And I thought it was really important to think about, they just swept Ohio, which was a huge upset. So just kind of like really making sure you were not taking anything for granted, or just kind of putting them aside, because they're definitely a different team than they were last year, and they put up a great fight. So I'd say just really respecting your opponent is what I was thinking about coming into this game. And obviously I dropped one of my games against Duluth last year, so it's kind of just try to play a more solid game against them this time around.
Laney, the rushes seemed like a focus to try and make something happen off that. We saw it work out a few 3 or 4 times today where they ended up in the net. How big is that as when you guys are able to use your speed to kind of create that and create some separation there as a team?
Yeah, I think, like I said kind of a little earlier, just managing, realizing when to go and when not to go is a huge thing, especially in like a game like this, league play now. And I mean, they're obviously really good. It's going to be a tough game tomorrow, and I think realizing that and just
Mark said he feels like you've grown in your confidence, like maybe you're kind of settling into your game and feeling confident to know when to make those rushes and really to like score this goal that you did that like maybe we wouldn't have necessarily seen that puck handling from you before. Do you feel like that's where you're at?
Yeah, definitely. I think I worked really hard this summer, made that jump. Obviously, you're just kind of stepping into the role that you're given and doing whatever you can with that. So yeah, I think a lot of it is in practice and everything, and then when it's time to play the game, it should be fun. So
Ava, Layla led players with 3 blocks today, and it's just like it was cool to see her sort of step in that position. You just talk about like what it means to have someone like that and help
absolutely. I mean, sometimes there was a couple spans right in the end where it was, you know, they were just shooting gallery, like there was, you know, a bunch of shots in a row. They were just trying to get anything on net and get those scrambles like we talked about. And sometimes, you know, there's 4, 5, 6 people in front of you, and realistically, you like, even though I'm almost 6 foot, like you can't see, you can barely see anything. Like you look over the top, and you look over the other top, and you look down low, and you really can't see much. So like hearing that hit the shin pads is the best feeling in the world, and it's just huge. I mean, it basically it kills their whole play. So, and oftentimes it ends up being a rush or a 2-on-1 or breakaway the other way, which is huge, obviously offensively, but defensively it's nice to not have to make those saves and have someone step up and, you know, put their body on the line. So definitely much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you guys.